The Asian entertainment world was once again shocked by an unexpected incident involving popular actor Soo Kai and famous actress Tan Songyun's family. Who would have thought that a trivial misunderstanding over a scuffed car could spark a family drama that almost ruined the good relationship between these two top artists' families? However, the ensuing plot twist left netizens touched and admiring the maturity of both parties in resolving the conflict. How could Soo Kai, a charismatic and well-educated actor, act so impulsively as to kick out the father of his own best friend? Is it true that love can make a person lose their mind? Or are there other factors that trigger this overreaction? These questions are now being raised after a viral video circulated showing a tense moment between Soo Kai and Tan Songyun's father on set. Even more astonishingly, it turns out that the main cause of this conflict is not what many people imagine. It wasn't because of romance or career issues, but because of a trivial misunderstanding that had a big impact. Who would have thought that a small scratch on Soo Kai's luxury car could trigger such an intense emotional reaction that the actor lost control and acted inappropriately towards his elders? The start of the shocking conflict, the incident, which has now become a hot topic of conversation on social media, began last Tuesday, when Soo Kai was on the set of his latest drama. As usual, the 29-year-old actor arrived at the location in his favorite luxury sports car, a metallic black Porsche 911 Turbo S that he just bought last month for a fantastic price of IDR 3.5 billion. Based on the testimonies of some of the crew members who were on site, the atmosphere of the day was normal as usual. Soo Kai seemed to be in a good mood and eager to perform the important scenes that had been scheduled. However, when the lunch break arrived, an unexpected event changed everything in a matter of seconds. Tan Songyun's father, who happened to be visiting to see his daughter filming, accidentally passed by the artist's vehicle parking area. The 58-year-old, who works as a successful textile entrepreneur, is known to be very attentive to his daughter's career and occasionally comes to provide moral support on set. However, what happened next was beyond anyone's expectations. When Soo Kai came out of the dressing room and headed to his car, he was shocked to find a long scratch on the left side of his car. The scratch was deep enough to damage the shiny metallic paint, making the luxury car look anything but perfect. Uncontrollable emotional outburst seeing the damaged condition of his car, Soo Kai's emotions immediately exploded like a long pent-up volcano. The usually calm and controlled actor suddenly turned into a very different person. His eyes reddened, his jaw hardened, and his hands clenched into tight fists to contain the rage building up in his chest. "Who dares to damage my car?" shouted Soo Kai in a voice that echoed through the parking lot. Everyone around the scene was immediately shocked and turned their heads towards him. They had never seen Soo Kai this angry before. Even the director and producer who had worked with him for years were shocked by his drastic change in attitude. Without thinking, Soo Kai immediately accused Tan Songyun's father of damaging his car. His reasoning was simple but unfounded, as Tan Songyun's father was the only person seen near the parking lot a few minutes earlier. Without doing any further investigation or finding out the truth, Soo Kai jumped to a fatal conclusion. "Sir, you damaged my car, right? Look at this, the long scratches here must be your doing," accused Soo Kai in a high emotional tone. Tan Songyun's father, who was standing there holding a cup of coffee, was immediately shocked by the accusations thrown at him. His facial expression changed from relaxed to confused and slightly offended. Tan Songyun's father's shocking reaction faced with Soo Kai's serious accusations and disrespectful tone, Tan Songyun's father showed great maturity. Instead of responding with emotion or anger, the man who has been in the business world for decades responded calmly and tactfully. "Son Soo Kai, I understand your anger because your favorite car was damaged. But I didn't do anything to your car. I didn't even touch it at all," Tan Songyun's father replied in a controlled voice despite looking a little hurt by the unfounded accusations. However, Tan Songyun's father's calmness only further angered Soo Kai, who was already at the peak of his emotions. The young actor wasn't satisfied with the answer and pressed on with increasingly absurd accusations. "Don't lie, sir. You were the only one here earlier. There was no one else. You must have done it. I just bought this car last month for billions of rupiah. And now it's broken because of you. Soo-kai continued in an increasingly high voice and full of hurtful accusations. The situation escalated further when some of the crew began to gather and witness this unbalanced argument. Some tried to break it up, but Soo-kai was already overcome with emotion and wouldn't listen to anyone. Embarrassing eviction drama. What shocked and stunned everyone the most was when Soo-kai firmly and rudely asked Tan Songyun's father to leave the set. This request, which is more accurately referred to as an eviction, was made in front of many people, making the situation extremely awkward and embarrassing. "Sir, I ask you to leave here right now. I don't want to see you again on this set. You've damaged my car and won't take responsibility. Get out now," said Soo-kai in a tone that was very disrespectful and inappropriate to say to someone much older than him. Tan Songyun's father, who heard these harsh and inappropriate words, looked very hurt and disappointed. The old man's eyes were glazed over, not out of fear or anger, but because he was very disappointed with the attitude and behavior shown by Soo-kai, a young man whom he had considered like his own son because of the closeness of their families. "Fine, if that's what you want, I'll go. But I still hope you can find out the truth before accusing others," Tan Songyun's father said in a voice that trembled with emotion. With heavy steps and a wounded heart, he left the set with very mixed feelings. Tan Songyun, who witnessed the whole incident from a distance, immediately ran to her father. The beautiful 30-year-old actress looked shocked and angry at Soo-kai's treatment of her father. Tears began to well up in her eyes as she saw her beloved father being treated with disrespect by someone she had always considered a good friend. Investigation reveals shocking truth. After Tan Songyun's father left the set feeling hurt, the atmosphere on set became very tense and uncomfortable. Most of the crew and production staff felt bad about what had just happened. They knew Tan Songyun's father as a friendly, kind-hearted person who always respected everyone regardless of status or position. The director, who could not bear to see the situation getting worse, decided to conduct a small investigation to find out what really happened to Soo-kai's car. He asked the set security to check the CCTV footage in the parking lot. After waiting for about 30 minutes, the results obtained from the CCTV footage really surprised everyone involved. As it turned out, the scratches on Soo-kai's car were not man-made, but were caused by a medium-sized stone that had fallen from a material transportation truck that happened to pass in front of the parking lot at around 11:30 am. The CCTV footage clearly shows how the rock bounced off the moving truck and hit the left side of Soo-kai's car, causing a long, deep scratch. Even more shocking, the footage also shows that Tan Songyun's father was nowhere near Soo-kai's car when the incident happened. Instead, he was in the set's cafeteria chatting with some of the production staff. When this video evidence was played in front of everyone present, including Soo-kai, there was complete silence. No one dared to speak up or comment. All eyes were on Soo-kai, who now looked pale and shocked by what had just been revealed. Deep regret and search for truth. Seeing the irrefutable evidence, Soo-kai immediately felt like being struck by lightning in broad daylight. All the anger and emotion that had overcome him suddenly evaporated and was replaced with a deep sense of regret. He just realized how much he had wronged Tan Songyun's father. "Oh God, what have I done?" muttered Soo-kai in an almost inaudible voice. After recovering from his shock, the first thing Soo-kai did was to find out where Tan Songyun's father was. He asked security, production staff, and even the driver who used to pick up the artists. Anxiety and worry began to take over his mind as he realized that his actions might have hurt someone's innocent feelings. Luckily, after searching for almost an hour, Soo-kai finally got information that Tan Songyun's father was at a cafe not far from the set. The middle-aged man was seen sitting alone, staring blankly at the street, as if he was contemplating or trying to calm his hurt feelings. Without wasting any more time, Soo-kai rushed straight to the cafe. His heart was pounding not out of nervousness, but out of a very deep sense of shame and regret.